Recording. I am, of course, Major. Anyway, reason I'm making this video, and it's not going to be too silly, is questions from emails and I believe a professor of, I don't know, just several emails. Charlie, okay, the barium cylinders make the best anti-gravs, demonstrational type things. But you need a good strong audio amplifier and you use the feedback of the microphone to cause those effects. Unusual effects. It could be acoustics or some other type of thing, but they do admit RF and other things. The generator, yes, it does give you a heck of a shock with a 9-volt battery. Reluctance, inductance, and other cool things that go on with those old Westinghouse generators. Let's see what I'm trying to remember. Charlie, which one is best? The heavy one? Barium, unknown. I did put a lot of energy into it. I did create on field effects with it. It is encased in stainless steel painted black with a rubbery see-through type material on the other side, and it was used for deep sea exploration, submarine chasing, and other things. It's very hyperactive and will pick up almost anything. Lydia in Greece wanted one for her field stress detector to detect lost archaeological digs or whatever it is, or finds. So, answering some questions. What else? There was something about ravens. Ravens, yes, I do film. I feed them daily. And did I notice? Notice any? And write it. I wrote it down on a piece of paper. Any unusual communication with them? Yeah. Okay. So I got the whole thing here. They're a very sociable animal, and their personalities traits are kind of like cats. They're different cats, different colors, different shapes, different sizes, different expressions, and they do communicate with one another. I've got that on video on split seconds or 2 seconds or 1 second type things. So they do talk to one another, and they're quite unique that way. And let's see, 5 feet. I got up to a couple of, at least 5 feet away. I would think they're a married couple. And they don't like sudden movements from humans. They like you to be relaxed and just sitting there or slowly moving. And they'll hang around. As close as I got, I mentioned, was 5 feet. They are the reason we all moved to this area, because wherever we looked, they in this area, they would be there talking and squawking and making all kinds of funny little sounds, and so they picked this area here. This is their territory. The old hospital is their territory. The crows have their territory, and it's kind of interesting, but they're daily they show up. Sometimes they come in like up to 20 swarming around over my head as I put the food down at the what I call the drop and fly or fly and take off restaurant services. And I was planning on getting a table, put it out there, and have a nice covering over the table, and have some fancy wine glasses and other things, and film it. I dressed as Carla P. Conniption's Rothschild, delivering the food. Just film the whole 9 yards of it. And they'll eventually show up and have fun there. They are characters. Let's see what else. In Vancouver, my animal social was mostly with, oddly enough, raccoons and black bears. Black bears I respected, I kept away from them. But we would have 15 black bears around us. That was my friend Bill and I at the old landfill in Linmore Village. Up to 15 black bears. All were totally surrounded, but I put out no negative energy, and we got a lot of fun. Raccoons, I could able to get up to them, or they come up to me and we talk, and I get their sticky little paws, and their paws go in my pocket and pull out stuff. And so I get along with animals just fine. have high respect for them, McCols. And crows, ravens, other small birds, squirrels. Oh yeah, I love squirrels. They let's just say they don't really trust humans that much. I don't blame them because I don't trust hardly any humans at all, really, personally. There's just few around the world I trust. But the rest of them have no time for social chit chat or other silly things. So I know I've been doing those TV shows and giving lectures. That's okay. I do it. It's over with. Go and meditate or take my vitamins and minerals or whatever. I get along with everybody just fine. Thank you. From any walk of life, homeless to you know who owns his own country. Anyway, that's answering the any other. Let's see what I write down here. Hutchison effect. That will be probably in a couple of months. I'm curious on what I can do with that gear and equipment and see what can happen. And I learned a lot from Bob Greener. I'm not a scientist, not an inventor. Don't glorify me. Don't worship me. Please don't. I'm just an overglorified scrap collector. I'm a vintage restoration. And I was applicable to vintage electrical machinery, as I call it. Thanks to KS Mod. Electrical machinery in Vancouver, Canada. Donated a lot of stuff to me. Just wanted to get rid of it. So, I say a couple of months, and some people think it's important, I guess. And what I'll do is call in scientists to bring their own samples or a TV crew to film it. But I hope to expand into other areas like distortion of time. Can I affect an atomic clock by at least a fraction of a second? I have ideas as well as Dr. Mallet, who did a documentary on the time machine by taking laser light and turning it around. So anyway, that's that one. And yeah, we're getting more machines in, a static generator and ELF stuff. So anyway, if that answers some of your questions, Major. All in all, I was busy today machining parts for a giant Cincinnati 36-inch vise that I acquired, just the vise alone. So I thought, instead of it sitting around in the corner somewhere, I'll put it up on a table and use it. So I had to make some special parts. Pieces of steel and machine them down and thread them and all that to hold the vise in. All in all, it's been a busy day. It's very busy. And how long am I? Oh, this is going to be another upload? Oh, not too long. Yeah. I got the other one about the Ravens today. That's going to be long. I don't film them every day, maybe once a month, a couple of times a month. I wish I filmed them when they came yesterday. There was 20 of them going around above my head. So, I got to get an iPad. So I went inside, get an iPad, fire it up, put it up on the staircase there, and the little rascals took off. And only a few showed up, as you've seen in the video. Oh well. I can just see it now. There's people that, several people own ravens. Moon in Raven, Fable the Raven in Austria. I think it's Austria or Europe. A few other people. You got to do a lot of paperwork because they're a migratory bird. Act of, I think it's 1918 or 19 something or other. Long time ago. Federal offense to hurt them. That's a good thing. As well as steal one as a pet. Now in Vancouver, Canada, I had a crow for a day and a half because we've got crows up there and the ravens down here. I got along with the crows fine. I had a crow land right on my shoulder, and my old-time crow going to the landfill. He's just on my shoulder, and I said, okay, I'll make you a bed, which I did out of a shoebox and put it on top of the office shack building that was the administration of the landfill. And I put him up there in a nice little bed and stuff to eat. The other time I picked a raven up, or not a crow up off a tree, and so is that something wrong with it? And little noise, that young one, and the other crows really let me know about that one. So I let him go. Anyway, I'm gonna shut up and go. I got some other things I gotta do. So anyway, that's that one. Hey, cheerio. Bye.